Kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh, hot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Hot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's gay?
Set is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode.
Wait, Vivica Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean...
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just... seems like he's got something that's not quite clear.
Y'all, 50 Cent is determined to never let go of whatever beef that he has with ex-Vivica Fox because this man just came for her, mocking her for getting a little BBL at almost 60. Viva and her new body has been a trending topic on social media for the past couple of days, and whenever Viva is trending, y'all know that you can find 50 Cent there, and this time he did not disappoint. Now, at first he made us think that he liked what he was looking at, and people even started talking about how he could be interested in spinning the block with Vivica, but the next thing we knew, he started coming at her hard, claiming that her body was botched from the surgery and that she was not going to find another man. But y'all know that Vivica is not the one you want to play with, and 50 Cent just learned this again, because not only did she clap back, but she also made some pretty bold claims about how 50 Cent is on the DL and wouldn't recognize a real woman if it hit him in the face. Y'all better sit down for this one, because these two old lovebirds are back at it again, and they aren't messy. Now, I'm not going to lie, I's decision to get her body done caught a lot of people by surprise. Now I know that it's her body and she has the right to do whatever she wants because she's a grown woman, but she has always been fine and her body has always been tea, so I think that's what made it even more unexpected. But to be fair, there have been people talking about her body these past couple of years, which makes no sense. There have been a couple of comments about how she looks different from her heyday, talking about how she doesn't look the same as when she did in earlier movies, especially Kill Bill, which was released way back in 2023, y'all, over 20 years ago. So comments like this just don't make sense, because a woman's body is always changing. She did Kill Bill when she was in her mid-30s, and now she's almost 61, so of course her body don't look the same, but like I said, her body is still some kind of tea. And she looked good for her age. But to imagine how shocked we were when she launched her newly done body a couple of weeks ago at a meet and greet in Houston to promote her hair brand. As you can expect, this sent the internet into a spin, because you typically don't see women in their 60s getting BBLs or cosmetic surgeries like that. For that matter, I mean, sure, it happens every now and then, do a little nip and tuck, a little facelift, but most people you see getting BBLs are definitely in their 20s or 30s. But of course fans had a whole lot to say, leaving comments like, I'm all for people doing whatever they want with the body they have, but sis gotta chill, she already looked good enough for her age, she don't need no more surgery, it's so dangerous, our elders do not know how to elder perpetually. 35, embarrassing and risky situation for a 60-year-old, don't you think? And to nobody's surprise, it didn't take long for 50 Cent to hop into the chat commenting, wait, let me see. At first people thought that he was being shady with that comment, but he followed up with, who said I was spinning the block, man? I ain't going to lie, that booty was good though. I think so. It seemed like he was trying to be cute with her, or maybe a little flirty, and fans were starting to wonder if this meant that he was still having some residual feelings for Viva and would be willing to give their relationship another shot. But the next thing we knew, he started acting like a typical 50 Cent that we all know and hate. As he began to troll Vivica unprovoked, he started by posting the video of her body where she looked different and her body didn't look the way it looked on Instagram. It was like he was deliberately trying to set her up to get dragged, because he added a picture of her Instagram at the end of the video and it looked obviously photoshopped out. She might just let it all hang out. Now, I'm not going to lie, Vivica looked very different in the video than she did in the pictures that she posted on social media, but then pretty much every celebrity in their world edits their pictures on social media, from filters to Photoshop. Social media is not real, and so 50 Cent knew what he was doing when he posted that picture, because he wanted people to talk about her, and not in a good way. Well, Vivica is not the one you want to play with, and according to an insider, she isn't so surprised that 50 is resorting to petty attacks, because he has always been like that. She finds his comments very vindictive for no reason at all and has been threatening to cause him a whole lot of trouble if he doesn't back off. And girl, knowing Vivica, I wouldn't be surprised if she Makes good on her threat to cause drama because these two are as chaotic as they come. I mean, they have been broken up for more than 20 years now, but they still somehow managed to find time to throw shade and jabs at each other. If there was one person who knows how to keep that energy with 50 is Viva, and these two have gone through a roller coaster of loving each other, then hating, then loving, and everything in between from the first time they met at the BET Awards in 2003 when 50 was swept up by her stunning beauty. You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too well. Fast forward to 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, and they walked the red carpet hand in hand, letting the world know exactly what was up. No more whispers, no more skydive speculation. These two were officially a thing now. Let's get into their superstar era. 50 Cent was on fire, dropping Get Rich or Die Trying and racking up a mind-blowing 12 million sales worldwide. Meanwhile, Vivica Fox was that girl in Hollywood, stacking hit after hit with movies like Independence Day. Set it off soulful to play that game to Kill Bill. Talk about a duo that had it all. They were basking in the limelight, and Vivica was eating it up, falling for 50 more and more each day. He treated her like a queen, and honestly, there were relationship goals for a very, very short time. 50 seemed just as in love as Vivica was, and he was even planning to propose to her allegedly. But for my birthday he filled my entire house with my favorite flowers, which were Casablancas and gardenias. He's very romantic, and he's like a big teddy bear, and see, I know that side of him, and he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hugs. Now let's talk about he's 10 years younger than you are, 11 years younger than you are, and you've said that energizes you. Yeah, definitely makes me happy, keeps a pep in my step for sure. Was he in love with you very much? I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me, so that's why. Okay, so I'll set the stage. There in Monte Carlo, 50's got the ring in his pocket. No, he was going to have a theater because I was excluded in the international tour of Kill Bill, but what was supposed to be a 12-carat engagement ring turned into a pair of earrings, and all because Viva made 50 angry and he changed his mind about the proposal. Is it true that you turn the 12-carat ring into a pair of earrings? But let's get into how their love story took a nosedive, because y'all, it crumbled fast. It was like a house of cards, and the slightest breeze sent the whole thing crashing down. Privacy, yeah, that was non-existent even back then. These two were under a microscope 24/7 with their every move making headlines, and let's be real, a second for a millisecond constantly seeing your business splashed across the tabloids is not a recipe for a happy relationship. Oh, but let's talk about that age gap, cause turns out age wasn't just a number. Viva was in her late 30s while 50 was barely 27, and let's just say his maturity level was pretty much non-existent as well. Then came the real problem. 50 could not keep their relationship out the streets. If there was a mic, a camera, or even just an open window nearby, he was spilling all the tea, and Vivica, she wasn't here for that. Who wants their private moments turned into a reality show at 27 years old? You'd think he'd have a better grip on that, but clearly discretion was not in his vocabulary. So between the lack of privacy, going public too soon, and 50's loudmouth tendencies, this thing was doomed from the jump. It went into flames real fast, like a firecracker on 4th of July. Oh man, my love life is great. Like the first time though, when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says you're going to get naked in your bed. Is it awesome? Yeah man, it's exciting. Are you able to hold out a long time ago? No. Is she loud in bed? Like, does she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise? And she don't make a lot of noise, she doesn't. 50 Cent started feeling like his tough guy image was taking a hit, and instead of dealing with it like a grown man, he decided to call it quits with Viva. But did he send her down and have honest conversation? No. Homemade girl found out she was single through a radio show. Imagine waking up, turning on the radio, and realizing you've been dumped on air. Has to be the worst way to be broken up with. Well, 50 Cent didn't just break up with Vivica, he straight up ghosted her. No call, no text, not even a weenie to talk. But it's all good, you no. Okay, and I guess he went on his European tour. Yes, and at that point I guess the relationship started to kind of devolve, because the relationship broke up after the World Music Awards. I came back and he was on the radio saying he dumped me. You found out on the radio? Yeah, my friend called me. I was in Baltimore filming The Salon, and my friend a stylist whose name is skipping me right now. Oh, my friend Daryl Brown called me and said, yo, your boy's on the radio blasting you. And first I went, who? And he was like, zero ent. I was like, Curtis. He's like, yeah, I was telling everybody you guys broke up. And I was like, we did? Huh, so he never personally said it's a wrap on the radio. Huh, yeah, but even when that was his way when I look back at it now he just up and disappeared like a magician in the end of a trick leaving her completely shattered, and if that wasn't bad enough he didn't just leave, he ran his mouth. Instead of keeping it classy and cute he started spilling all their business for the world to hear, and get this, he had the nerve to claim she was using him for clouds. Did she dump you or you dumped her? Be honest. Okay, I ain't calling no more. Oh really? To stop calling? Really? Well, what happened? She told you to stop calling? No, I stopped calling. I felt like her people was taking advantage of the situation. As far as her publicist was concerned, they were using you for publicity. Good for you. No, it couldn't have been using me for publicity, cause then in a way you're the hottest thing out there. Yeah, but then it would be, then we wouldn't have been together intimately. But at the end of the day they go in and they just couldn't handle the publicity and the attention that their relationship was getting. The main thing that what killed the relationship was that we just went way too public way too fast. It was like a huge learning lesson for me. It was the first time that I went public with the relationship, that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him. Yes, Curtis, but y'all know how I said Vivica was not the one to play with. Well, she wasn't about to let 50 Cent come run her name through the mud without a fight. She has zero time for his nonsense and was not about to let him score cheap points by making her look like some clout chaser. So what did she do? She clapped back, and she clapped back hard. She wasn't about to sit quietly while he spread lies like he was on a press tour. No ma'am, she made it crystal clear that she was never using him for publicity, and she sure as hell wasn't about to let him tarnish her name just to boost his own. If he thought he could play with her, he had another thing coming. Anyway, the relationship didn't work out, but the press lasted a lot longer than the relationship did. So why do you think the press does that? Why do they vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff I was like, it's so ridiculous. No, it wasn't the press, it was him. Oh, him. He was like, she's exploiting me, she's trying to use me for to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years, but I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with the breakup. But even though 50 was the one who broke up with Viva, he was still petty after the breakup. He even dissed her on some of his songs, like in his song Get in My Car, where he said, my game F with AB brain till she thinks she wifey spent her life savings in the day cause she likes me, commitment from me nah, not likely. Went out Vivaca, I thought I was onto something, but then next week nah man, it was nothing. He made it seem like he wasn't even committed to Viva the whole time, making her look bad in front of the whole world. Viva was badly hurt by the song, and she described it as heartbreaking and humiliating. Then after that his people got in touch with my people, and next thing I know we were on the phone, and my birthday was coming up, and he's such a gentleman, he's very generous. He says I know him as Curtis always will, and the 50 Cent, those are his performing thing and who he is as a man. So I met Curtis like the professional troll that 50 is. He tried to come for her at a career as well, founding her when she was on the show Empire. In an interview he blamed the show's decline on what he called too much gay stuff. He said there are 3 million less viewers who tuned in to last night's Empire episode. Did you watch it? We could not take the extra gay stuff or celebrity stuff last night. He got dragged for filth over this, and he defended himself though, saying it must be a slow news week. They're going to say 50 said Empire lost 3 million viewers because of too much gayish. He only said cookie call me, but the kid is going to F up the show now. Everyone is waiting for power. I told him to lay low, not him trying to rhyme, but Vivica was not about to let that slide, so she clapped back at him, exposing his secrets, hinting that he had a little something going on with Soulja Boy behind the scenes. George, what were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff? First of all, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying. Pot calling the kettle black, wow, that was some tea, that was shade, that was major shade. Hot calling the kettle black, so but you're not insinuating that 50 Cent is. Applause. Oh my lord, please, what girl? We got to talk after this episode is over. Wait, Vivica Fox, what are you insinuating? Well, he gave you no, he's not. We had a great time. But he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something, the fire is happening right there in front of them? Absolutely. I just never forget there was a vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go. Then 50 Cent clapped back at her hard, saying, oh no, now she thinks I'm gay cause I let her lick my ass. Wait, I didn't want her to, she forced me and my hands were tied. 50 Shades of Grey. Well, Vivica continued the fight, posting a never-before-seen photo of 50 wearing makeup with the caption, tell you what 50 Cent, since you keep on telling my lie, I challenge you to let's both go on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live and we could put this to rest that never happened. And you know what, Queen, now we could go on and on about these two and their past history of coming for each other unprovoked, but I think y'all get the gist. Viva can be quite messy, but when it comes to 50 Cent, he's the one that's always throwing jabs first, coming for her, and like he's doing with her now about her booty. Y'all know how 50 Cent's immaturity caused a breakup because he wanted to be known as a tough guy. Well, according to Vivica Fox, he's doing the same thing again right now. At first he said her body looked good, and he even hinted that he might be down for something, but the moment people started talking about how he's clearly got the hots for her still, he suddenly did an about-face, posting the weird video of her body to get her clowned on social media. But according to an insider, Iva is done playing 50's games and is now warning him to keep her name out of his mouth or else, and like I said, she's one of those very few people who can go head-to-head with 50, and she still has some dirt on him that she's been sitting on allegedly, so he might want to watch his mouth because he clearly doesn't want smoke with BBL. Vivi, y'all, these two lovebirds are as messy as they come, but I want to know what y'all feel about Vivi attacking Viva unprovoked and her threatening to release some dirt on him. Drop your thoughts and comments below, and then check out this next video. BBL Vivi, BBL Vivi.